This interview is sponsored by Exiles. Check the description below for links to their profiles to see what they have going on and when new music is coming out. What is up, everybody? Trenton once again from Soundlink Magazine here at Carolina Rebellion, day 3. This time with the dudes at Motionless and White. How you guys doing?
It's 11. Oh, I just passed from 11:11. I saw a phone. I was going to say make a wish.
Oh.
We're doing great. We're happy to be at Carolina Rebellion for the second time.
Yeah, awesome. So what do you guys are, I guess you can call yourselves veterans of this festival now. So what are you prepared for this time that you may have not been the first time?
Well, considering do you remember last time we were on our way here? The last time we tried to play here, it was a one-off show for us, and it's so close to home. We were like, all right, screw it. We'll just take our van and our trailer and just drive down. And it's so stupid to just fly here and rent gear. Let's just drive the van and trailer down. So we were on our way, and we had some issues with said van and trailer.
Oh, man.
And we had to rent a car and a U-Haul to get to the show. I got pulled over for driving about, I think, 100 in a 65.
Oh, Lord.
So, yeah.
What was their reaction to that? Like, seeing you guys with the car and the trailer being like, where are you guys going?
Yeah, I mean, they were, it was just typical, like, we're headed, typical interrogation. And, we made it about, I think, the people that were in the car that I was driving, I think we made it maybe 30 minutes before our set. And then we had to leave right after to get back to where we were to get our van. So we were here. We were in and out for like probably 2 hours. Yeah,
oh, man.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So now we get to actually experience it.
Yeah. So how do you guys like these types of festivals, one-day festivals, versus like something like Warped Tour, where it's like hot, sweaty, every day, all day long type of thing?
Well, if we're comparing this to Warped Tour, this is obviously nicer because it's a little bit like not dead summer, so it's not scorching hot out, but they're both similar, they're at both outdoor festivals. They're this is more of the radio rock friendly crowd, so it's a little bit different. The crowd's different, of course, but I like both. There's no wrong way to go, either one.
How you like the way the set times are? Do you like knowing when you're playing, or do you
it's so much easier
so that one's better. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys literally a few days ago, first day of this festival, dropped a new record, Graveyard Shift and stuff. How's that been going for you guys, and with that build up and finally getting it out and everything?
I was actually just talking about it before. We've been done with it for so long and been working on it for so long that it feels like, okay, it's out, time to start working on the next one.
Man.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's been like a gap of time where we could like sit back and really enjoy it, because it's just been this gnarly build-up all the way until 2 days ago. And I think now once the first week is over and that breath is exhaled, there's going to be the rest of the tour that we're on, and I would say the Euro tour that we have coming up will probably be pretty relaxed, and then it might be right back into it. So it's just really exciting to finally have it out. It's been such an intense process for this record, and to see that at least our dedicated fans are really enjoying it, I couldn't really ask for anything better.
Okay, do you guys feel like you finally hit that sound you've been searching for? Reincarnate had it there, but I think with this one, you guys, I guess, more confidently have that, what it is that you guys have been going for. Do you guys feel the same way, that you have finally like arrived at what you guys are trying to do as a band?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think every record has progressively gotten to, this record. I think this is the one that we have wanted to be at all along, but never were there mentally and musically able, with experience and stuff. So, this record is definitely where we wanted to be from the start. It's just been kind of process of elimination to try and figure out what works and what doesn't for us. And here we are.
Yeah. So you guys were, from what I recall, you guys were doing a contest to do the album artwork. You guys have done some fan stuff before in the creative process. So who won? Did someone actually win the contest, and who was that? So give them a shout out with artwork.
Her name is Crystal Johnson, and it was cool because in that aspect, based on the winner, it was really cool for us because not only was it just a singular person that won, it was this mother and her son. The kid that's on the cover is actually the woman who designed it. It's her son.
Oh, wow.
So I thought that was kind of a cool, extra special moment to I don't know, like just being someone that's really close to their family, seeing that this family is going to years later be able to look back at this and just I don't know. I mean, they both seem quite proud of it, so I would imagine that feels like I could then say they're going to look back at it and feel proud and connected as a family for doing something really cool that became, going in. I saw the photo that she posted of them in Best Buy and him just holding the CD up, smiling about it. I thought that's just
great.
So that's so cool. So yeah.
Yeah. So how's a lot of bands and their artwork tie in with the concept of the album stuff. So what was it about that particular piece that ties in with the whole theme of the record and stuff?
Well, I mean, of course, it just at complete face value, it looks like a younger version of any one of us. Mm-hmm. The blacked out eyes and pale skin and just kind of a little bit dirty makeup, etc. But the connection with the artwork to me, if people want a very descriptive beyond what we're talking about here, there's a video and an article I wrote on the Creative Allies website about it. It's just that it connected to us and that was a very memorable image that spoke to us and what the title of the album was about. This kid looked like he was at such a young age just like painted and ready for war and for all these things that are going to come throughout his life. And then now something that's extra cool to me is when you open up the CD booklet, you see a photo of me wearing the same makeup.
Oh, wow.
And it's kind of just like to show like the boy became a man and kind of just
so
show
like
what Graveyard.
You saw yourself in that a little bit. Yeah,
exactly. Like we saw all of ourselves and it just spoke in that way where it just looked like the beginning of what was to come for us and what spawned what Graveyard Shift meant to us.
Okay, and what is that? What does that whole concept mean to you, the term Graveyard Shift?
Working your fucking ass off.
Hell yeah. So what's next for you guys? What's with this record? What are you trying to do, like, with your next level of your career? Where are you trying to go? You guys have been played on the radio somewhat. You're on, like I said, this rock radio festival, basically. So, like, what's the next peak that you guys are trying to get to as a band?
Where are we headed, Ricky?
Well, I don't know, man. The sky's the limit. I think we're just kind of going with the flow and trying to break our own boundaries as artists and as musicians and try and do what makes us happy and hopefully makes everyone else happy. And if that takes us somewhere above and beyond, then so be it. That's where I think we've always shot from the start, is to try and rise above everything else with, well, yeah, exactly. And so hopefully this record is the one that does it. So
okay. So for the foreseeable future, in terms of like what you guys are doing for the rest of the year, you mentioned Europe and stuff. Does that come up this summer? Is that what you guys are doing?
Yeah, I mean, every time we do a record, I think if you know our band, we're pretty much notorious for touring.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much 11 months out of the year. That's just what we love. That's our lives. That's where we thrive. So it's Europe, and we're doing another. We just finished on Friday a tour with In This Moment.
Yeah.
We're going to do a second leg of that tour in the U.S. I really like that tour because a lot of times when bands announce a tour in the U.S. at least, it's a lot of, why don't you ever come here? Why don't you ever come here? And I think that this should have been called the Why Don't You Ever Come Here tour because it literally covers everywhere that bands rarely get to go. And it's cool to see, towns and cities that we haven't played in years or ever. So that's really exciting. And then just working on headlining, either Australia, the UK, the US, anything like that.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. That's a little far out of the way, but we do know that we're doing Europe in this moment.
Yeah, real quick about the whole touring thing. Tell the fans why you can't play in their town all the time, because I'm sure you guys get that. Come to this town, why don't you come here?
It's just, I mean, it's tough because especially when you're a support band, that's not your call at all.
Yeah.
It's either the headliner or the headliner's agent. There's so much that goes into it.
Yeah.
As far as booking, if you are the headliner, obviously, you want to. There's 4 other bands on your tour, 3 other bands on your tour. You have to do it works for all of you, your schedules. There's different types of tours that you do. There's A, B, C market tours. So you want to hit the major cities. You want to hit anywhere that you could. And I think that we've always been a champion of trying to come to anywhere that we possibly can, not just like we don't want to hit Chicago, New York, LA, Philly, while all those like major cities and just call it a day, we try to go anywhere we can, and interweave and make a tour as long as possible. But it's just that's the booking agent world. We don't do that, and all I could do is when I see a routing come in, I could just make a suggestion after suggestion about, no, I want to add this. We need a this day. We need a this, and it's just, it's called routing.
Yeah,
like we can't go from L.A. to Butte, Montana, to Orlando, to Des Moines, Iowa, wherever. It's just it's impossible. You have to kind of figure out what works. So
So the band doesn't hate your town if you're watching. And
no, we don't.
Yeah,
we will be on the Half God, Half Devil, aka Why Don't You Come Here tour in June, July, and I think August as well.
All right, sweet. So I got a fun one for you guys. I'll do 2 of them just to get your reactions.
Please.
Okay. So you guys used to be on Fearless and stuff. So if they brought back the whole Punk Goes series and did a Punk Goes Disney, what Disney song would you guys do if they asked you guys to do it?
Whichever one comes up first. My favorite. No, we're both good. Yeah. Ghost would have been our bassist would have been the best person to ask this question. I mean, I've always been a fan of Aladdin. Is my favorite Disney movie. That was the one as a kid that I loved the most. So maybe something from that movie.
Okay.
How about you?
I'd probably say maybe one of the Fantasia movies.
Okay,
to get
that's a new one.
I mean, there probably wouldn't be any singing or anything in it, but it'd still be cool to have some kind of crazy, whimsical instrumental track or something. But yeah, I'd pick that.
That's code for you just trying to cut me out, isn't it?
All right, and last one here, and we'll let you guys go. If you could hang out with, date, marry, do anything you wanted to with Taylor Swift, and she wrote a song about you, what would that be called, and what would that be about?
I used to like Taylor Swift quite. I mean, I think her music's cool, but I used to be attracted to her back in the day. I don't know. I like that Gautier song that Now You're Just Somebody That I Used to Know. And in one of the lyrics to one of our newer songs, I thought it was just a funny moment. I took that line and I said, now you're just somebody that I used to fuck.
I have heard that one.
Yeah. It was meant to be just a funny, like, ha ha ha, and there's more behind it than that.
Yeah.
But maybe that.
Okay.
Taylor Swift, the new song, Now You're Just Somebody That I Used to Fuck. How about you?
I don't know.
We'll go with that.
All right, sweet.
That's my answer.
All right, I'm training with Soundlink Magazine, Carolina Rebellion, here with Motionless and White. Go pick up their new album, Graveyard Shift, out now. And, thanks for watching.
Below the bridge to the black.